Hi there, welcome back to another video. My name is Monica of Millie and Monica over on Poshmark, where I am a full-time seller. And today I have another What Sold Quickly video for the last half of November. So if you are at all interested in reseller related content and selling clothing online, please go ahead and subscribe to this channel if you're not already. And of course, please give this video a thumbs up. That really helps me out here on YouTube. So I'm going to be sharing items that sold really quick for me, and so that means items that sold within a couple weeks or less. And a lot of these items did sell in less than a couple of weeks time, but I'm also going to be sharing some items that sold over on eBay. So I'm starting to dabble in eBay. I'm enjoying learning that process, but I'm still very new to it, so I don't really know much or can't give a whole lot of advice on that platform. But yeah, let's dive in. So this first item that I'll be chatting about is this J. Crew factory sweater. It was a size small. It had these great faux leather front pockets, which was such a fun detail. And it sold for $20 via customer offer. This next item was just such a gem of a find. I found this jacket, this Tory Burch jacket in Chicago when I did a little sourcing. And I was really excited to sell it within about a day of listing. So it was a Tory Burch Regina jacket. It was like a riding style jacket, and it had these faux leather like quilted patches. So that it's a little bit of a trend here, it seems. It's a size medium, and it sold for $75 via customer offer. Next is a bundle. So this was a 3-piece bundle, and each item that sold was an item that sold quickly. So I'll just be sharing each piece and then the price of the total bundle after. So this first piece was an Anthro HWR striped plaid sweater. It was a full zip up type sweater, and it was just a gorgeous piece. I raved about it so much in a couple of my last videos, but it was a size small. And it sold together with this pair of vintage brown leather booties, and then this Cabo sling rope bag. So the total bundle price was $90, and I was really happy to see those 3 items go off to their new home. This next sale was also a bundle. So the item that sold quickly was this ASOS jewel tone green sweater, size, I think it was a size large or extra large. I didn't write that down for some reason, but it had a nice turtleneck and these great bell sleeves, so really fun. And it sold with an older item that had been listed for a while, but the item that it sold with was this vintage plaid button-down shirt, and so together that bundle sold for $50. Moving on to another one of my absolute favorite sales, and one of my favorite types of items to pick up is this black leather Coach bag. This is a vintage style, and this was a crossbody bag, which I just love. I think I talk about these very often, and they usually sell pretty quickly for me. So this one, I do feel like I could have gotten more, but I like to sell things. So it did sell for $45 via a customer counter offer. It was in really great condition, and it did have a really great structure left to it. This next pair of shoes is by the brand Wanted. They were a striped espadrille sandal, and they sold for $14 via customer offer. This next sweater was such a beautiful piece. So it was by Soft Surrounding. It was size large and had a really nice metallic weave to it. It was very subtle, and then it had crochet like lace detail. And so that sold full price for $45, which is always fun to get those full price sales. Next was this vintage striped popover sweater, and it was very like 90s grunge style. It sold for $20 via offer to Liker. And then we have this vintage striped double-breasted button-down shirt. So it was kind of a very faint, thin striped shirt, and it sold for $20 via offer to Liker as well. I think it was an offer to Liker. It could have been a customer offer. At this point, I didn't write it down correctly, so it was one of the two. I should say and mention in this video, and I normally do in my other ones, when I say offer to Liker, when I send out offers, I usually only send the $1.80 shipping discount. I almost never send the full shipping discount unless the item is very, very valuable. So that's what I mean by offer to liker. And I should also say at this point, I'll just kind of take a little break. If you have purchased anything from any of my hauls or purchased from me over on Poshmark, just thank you so much. That truly means the world to me. So now moving on to what sold. This next piece was a like Y2K. It was brand Bailey's Point. It was a striped rib knit turtleneck sweater, and that sold for $12 via customer offer. This next piece was from my B&G trading box that I did, and I'll link it down below. Many of you have watched that video and maybe even purchased a box from B&G, but this next item was from that box, and it sold in a bundle. So it was the BB Dakota Newa tags, and all those items were Newa tags. Mauve chenille sweater. It was a size extra small. It was a cold shoulder as well. And it sold with something that I had listed for a while. It was an older sweater from my closet, and it was the Project Nadam, I think is how you say it. But it was a really gorgeous ruffled sweater, and together those two items sold for $45. This next sweater was a ugly Christmas sweater, and it really wasn't that ugly. It was kind of cute. But it was a vintage ugly Christmas sweater, and had this great like winter scene on it. Size extra small. It did have some wash wear, and I had some offers on eBay on it, but I was kind of holding out for a little bit more, and I did sell it for $26 via offer to liker. The next item is also a ugly sweater, but this was a vintage Christopher and Banks like sweater vest, and so it had kind of like the ice skates and kind of the wintry type scene items on it, and it did sell for $20 via offer to liker, and it was a size medium. We have another item from that B&G trading box. And again, it sold in a bundle. So this was the BB Dakota floral Sherpa sweater vest, and it was kind of like a reversible vest. It sold with 3 other items, so I'll share all of those items. They were all kind of quick sales. So what I mean by that was this next one was this Ellison white fringe top, size large, and that was a pretty quick sale as well. And this next pair of shoes was a pair of Coach heels, like stiletto heels. They were the Danny, and they were the snake skin type leather, and those hadn't been listed for very long either. And then this next sweater, this 80s 90s vintage grandma sweater, was an item that I had relisted, and all 4 of those items sold for $102. So I was happy to see all of those items move quickly or move on to their new home. So yeah. And then this pair of Danskos, which I think I talk about Danskos often too. I love picking up Danskos and selling them. So this is a Mary Jane style. They're a size 38, and they sold for $35 via customer offer. I had received some other offers on these, and I had been countering, and then someone offered me $35, which is kind of on the lower end of what I had wanted. I was hoping for at least around $40, but I did accept that offer. This next pair of shoes was the DV for Target. So they were the DV Espadrille slides with the kind of the bow knot on them. These sold for $10 via customer offer. Now I'm going to move on to my eBay sales. And I only had 6 eBay sales, and all of them were pretty quick sales because I had been listing items over there. But I haven't been listing as much as I should be, to be quite honest. We've had a lot of like family trips and then Thanksgiving, and I know I'm making excuses, but the holidays and spending time with family does cut into how much I can list, which there's nothing wrong with that, but I haven't been listing as much as I would like to be. So I am happy. I'm very, very grateful for these 6 eBay sales. It's funny how fast those sales add up, and so I'm very grateful for them. And just the learning experience, I feel like eBay is such a huge learning curve for me that I'm happy to take it a little slower. So this first sale was an Anne Klein cheetah leopard print tank. It had a mock neck, and it was a great career wear, like layering piece, size large, and it sold for $16 with shipping, so buyer pays shipping. Currently, that is how I have everything set up, is that buyer pays shipping. The next piece was another B&G trading box piece. So it was the Endless Rose white lace peplum top, and it was a size large. And it sold for $27 plus customer paid shipping. This was one that we did go back and forth and counter a few times. I had hoped for a little bit more, but I was also happy to see it sell quickly. The third eBay sale was a Billabong open front duster sweater. It was a really kind of a heavier knit, size medium, and that sold for $20 plus customer paid shipping. Then we had this Hollister suede leather fringe vest. It was just very boho, seemed very festival-esque, and size large, and that also was a $16 sale with customer paid shipping. And then the fourth item that I'll be sharing, it's the fifth eBay sale, but it's the fourth item that sold from that B&G trading box, was this pair of Pistola Stevie flare leg corduroy pants. They were a size 28, and so also they were new with tags. They sold for $30 plus customer paid shipping. Again, I'd kind of hoped for a little bit more on this pair, but just happy to see a quick sale. And my sixth eBay sale was this Isabella Fiore crossbody bag. So when I first started listing on eBay, I was really only listing clothing items, and then I started listing a few bags and purses, and now I'm starting to list more shoes. So I'm just kind of like working my way into different categories. But yeah, this bag received a lot of interest on both Poshmark and eBay. I think even more so on eBay. This brand has some really amazing comps, but it did have some fading in random places, which although it was a very clean bag, it did have that fading, which I think really did bring down the value of the bag. So it sold for $35 plus the buyer paid shipping. So I hope that you enjoyed hearing about items that sold quickly for me over on Poshmark and eBay. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. And as always, I will see you next time.